Hey guys, I am about to go see my grandmother for lunch, and I have a few extra minutes, so in keeping with the theme, I figured I would read some of a book that was truly relaxing to read from start to finish. It's called Siddartha by Herman Hesse, and I'm just gonna read the first couple pages just to put something up here. I do want to do another sounds with more tapping and actually speaking softly video. I'm trying, and so as you can see, I'm wearing my Mad Max eyeshadow. It matches my shirt. And anyway, so I'm gonna get a little close just because I want to be able to whisper / softly speak, and my air conditioner is like right next to us. So this is the first part of Siddartha, and the chapter is titled "The Son of the Brahmin." In the shade of the house, in the sunshine of the riverbank near the boats, in the shade of the salwood forest, in the shade of the fig tree, is where Siddartha grew up, the handsome son of the Brahmin, the young falcon, together with his friend Govinda, son of a Brahmin. The sun tanned his light shoulders by the banks of the river when bathing, performing the sacred ablutions, the sacred offerings. In the mango grove, shade poured into his black eyes, when playing as a boy, when his mother sang, when the sacred offerings were made, when his father, the scholar, taught him, when the wise men talked. For a long time, Siddartha had been partaking in the discussions of the wise men, practicing debate with Govinda, the art of reflection, the service of meditation. He already knew how to speak the Om silently, the word of words, to speak it silently into himself while inhaling, to speak it silently out of himself while exhaling, with all the concentration of his soul, the forehead surrounded by the glow of the clear thinking spirit. He already knew to feel Atman in the depths of his being, indestructible, one with the universe. Joy leapt in his father's heart for his son, who was quick to learn, thirsty for knowledge. He saw him growing up to become great, wise man and priest, a prince among the Brahmins. Bliss leapt in his mother's breast when she saw him walking, when she saw him sit down and get up. Siddartha, strong, handsome, he who was walking on slender legs, greeting her with perfect respect. Love touched the hearts of the Brahmins' young daughters when Siddartha walked through the lanes of the town with the luminous forehead, with the eye of a king, with his slim hips. But more than all the others, he was loved by Govinda, his friend, the son of a Brahmin. He loved Siddartha's eye and sweet voice. He loved his walk and the perfect decency of his movements. He loved everything Siddartha did and said, and what he loved most was his spirit, his transcendent, fiery thoughts, his ardent will, his high calling. Govinda knew he would not become a common Brahmin, not a lazy official in charge of offerings, not a greedy merchant with magic spells, not a vain, vacuous speaker, not a mean, deceitful priest, and also not a decent, stupid sheep in the herd of the many. No, and he, Govinda, as well, did not want to become one of those, not one of those tens of thousands of Brahmins. He wanted to follow Siddartha, the beloved, the splendid. And in days to come, when Siddartha would become a god, when he would join the glorious, then Govinda wanted to follow him as his friend, his companion, his servant, his spear carrier, his shadow. Siddartha was thus loved by everyone. He was a source of joy for everybody. He was a delight for them all. But he, Siddartha, was not a source of joy for himself. He found no delight in himself. So that's kind of how it starts, getting into the plot of how Siddartha now chooses to find any kind of joy in his life, because even though he's so celebrated and so esteemed and seems born to the task of being a high Brahmin, it isn't bringing him joy. So he kind of goes on a little journey in a few pages. And that's definitely something that I like to make sure I'm doing, and I think it's important for everybody, is to enjoy your life and do what you want within reason, as long as you're respecting, you know, your fellow mankind, and you know, not being a leech, I guess. But as long as you're an independent person, I think that all your decisions are yours, and the consequences are also yours, good and bad. And I think there's no point in living a life that maybe somebody else picked for you. I was almost graduated with an English literature major and from a good university when I realized I didn't want to be a teacher, and I didn't want to use it to go to law school, and I kind of was studying myself into a corner. So I branched out and tried something I didn't know much about, and I didn't know if I would like it, and I ended up really loving healthcare. So I went to school to become a nurse, and here we are. So I would just say, if you're not happy with your life, then that's completely up to you to change it. And then changes may not be easy or simple, but the reality of what you have to do to make yourself happy is. So I say good luck to everybody. I hope you are living happy lives, and I hope you have the courage to change what needs to be changed if you don't. I'm gonna go see my grandmother now, so I'll see you guys later.